All right, and we are live to Dave Bitchin live. We're pretty much probably for like 45 minutes to an hour. I just bitch about everything in the gaming industry, movie industry, life. It don't matter. I mean, I figured I'd do this. It's kind of inspired by Bear Hugger. Hold on one second. Something's doing something, of course. Stupid fucking YouTube. But yeah, mainly inspired by Bear Hugger. I watch so many Bear Huggers, Bear Chill lives where he just sits there for, hours upon hours, weeks upon weeks, months upon months, and just no life's YouTube. But they won't be doing that. No, this will be an every so often thing I'll do. I know I haven't really been doing many podcasts anymore. I really just got burnt out, and I'm gonna address that too in this live stream because it's mainly to go with a topic that I'm gonna talk about with YouTube. But yeah, this mainly just something like where I just complain for for like an hour about everything I don't like. I mean, and I think that's what people want to see now. I mean, I really do. I don't think people care about positive things on the internet. I don't think so no more. I really think they just want to hear people bitch and moan and cry and rant about stupid shit that doesn't even matter. Shit that like we're bitching about video games, something that's supposed to be a form of entertainment, and we bitch about it like it's our only thing in life, which for some of us it is. Bear hugger. No, I'm just kidding. I have to joke with Bear Hugger. No, me and Bear Hugger have been getting along pretty good lately. We had a little bit of an incident with Kate, but we're over that. But yeah, we've been getting getting along for the most part. I want to say this too. Like I said, this is inspired by Bear Hugger, so thank you, Bear Hugger, for giving me the idea. I just watch him, like I said, week after week, month after month, and he does a lot of those fucking things now. Bear Chill Lives, The Bear Show. I mean, like, holy shit. Like, how many of these fucking things can you do? But, I mean, I understand it. I get it. He's bored. I get bored too. That's why I do it with live streams. I like to live stream, play video games. I like to sit there and play games and talk to you guys. It sucks with Mafia, a game like Mafia, where they cut the fucking, the cutscenes out, like the voicing to it and the audio, and you guys can only hear me. You can't hear the damn game. That's one thing that really pissed me off with that game. I really liked the game, but last night I was playing it, and even though I like the game, don't get me wrong, I think it's a good game. I can't sit here and say to people go out and buy it day one. I'm playing a mission last night, Resurrection, the Prince of YouTube. Shout out to Resurrection. He was watching this morning, and I'm talking to him. He's telling me about some issues he was having with Sony, or he had to call Sony or something. And I'm playing this mission, and I'm doing it, and I died in it. I died in it maybe twice. Then I'm going back to do the mission, and it's not there. I'm like, where the fuck did the mission go? Like, it's gone. So I'm like, okay, maybe I killed maybe I killed the lead guy, and that was it. Because sometimes you can go into missions and you have an objective to kill, the leader of this little group that you're trying to take down, like one of his foot soldiers. So I was thinking maybe I shot him, but I think it was like an interrogation mission where I had to interrogate somebody. I could be wrong, but from what it looks like to me, the mission disappeared. And that's not the only game that's done it. Fallout, there was an issue I had where I was playing a mission where I had to help this guy, and this looked like a junkyard area. I had to, I think I had to help him repair his generator or something. And I started the mission, and then I went and did another mission and came back to it. The mission was still in progress, and I got his shit he needed. I go give it to him, and the mission won't end. It won't let me click past that part. So I was very dumbfounded. I was like, and you think about that. You think about like Mafia, and it just, today with games, is it what they care about is making a game as clear as it can be? You know, it's like they're taking a game and making it as clear as it can be on your TV, like where you literally can look through like you're looking out a window. But it almost looks like you're looking out a window to a big pile of shit. You know, that maybe a dog took a shit outside in your yard. We're getting a pretty picture for a big pile of shit. That's what I'm trying to say here. Back in the day, like I was telling Resurrection this morning when that happened, you know, like these developers, they had, you know, some kind of like integrity behind, you know, they had like, I don't know, they had like it was like they were proud of a product when they put it out. Now it's like, hey, okay, deadline's December 12th. Let's try to get that shit out even sooner to beat this guy, you know, or you know, our fans are crying, they need a game. We got about 20 of them that came out, you know, this year, you know, with indie games and all that. But let's rush this out, a real big game. But we'll promote it, we'll make it look great. And when that motherfucker lands, it's a big pile of shit. It won't work right. You know, the character may be boring. Now, the one thing about Mafia, the story is amazing, and that is true. A lot of people say, well, the story's great. So what? The rest of the game shit. No, that's not. No, the rest of the game isn't shit. It's just when you're comparing it to a game like Grand Theft Auto and how well that game's done and all the people that they got behind that project and all the money they got. Yeah, their shooting mechanics are better. You know, their driving mechanics are better. For a regular game, though, you know, if you don't put it on Grand Theft Auto level, the other stuff in the game's good. I like the interrogation kills. I like the, you know, the story, like I said, is great. I don't think the driving's bad. I don't think it's on Grand Theft Auto's level, you know, but I don't think it's, you know, terrible. It just got its issues where, you know, like missions disappear. You know, you may what I had this really weird shit happen where Lincoln Clay was walking around, and I did record it. So one day I may put it up on the channel, but it's like this like beam of light is coming through his chest, like not a beam of light, but like a dark light, because it's like black and it's like moving with him. And I'm walking around with it, and then I get in the car and it disappears. You know, I was like, and it just, you think like, and it makes me think like back in the day, these developers, you know, they put out quality products. Nintendo's seal of approval used to mean something. Like I told Resurrection, I said, you know, they didn't put out games like Star Fox and that other shit. What was that other shitty game that, you know, everybody, even myself, you know, thought that it was going to be a really good game. It turned out to be a disaster. Nintendo didn't even want to put their name on it. Like the Devil's Third or something, whatever the hell it was called. I think it was whatever that shit. I don't remember. I don't even hear nobody talking about it no more. I mean, I'm just being real. Like it looked like that was the reason I was going to keep my Wii U, was for that piece of shit. And thank God I didn't. You know, thank God I didn't. You know, Nintendo, and that's going to be another topic of conversation during this podcast. I'm sorry. Well, let's finish up this one first before I get in that. But yeah, back in the day, you had developers like I game tested. I used to be a game tester for Acclaim. I can get my brother on here to say that I was. You know, like he. If you don't believe me, I lived in New York. It was in Oyster Bay, New York, where they had their first building, and then they moved to Glen Cove. But I used to game test for Acclaim, NBA Jam. Well, that was when they merged with Midway. I played Mortal Kombat. The first one, had it 3 months before it came out. No bullshit. And, you know, back then it was something new. You know, you see the guy to develop. I don't know what he was, to be honest, to this day. We used to play in the parking lot. We used to ride our bikes in the parking lot. We met the delivery guy. And then somehow he would give us like envelopes of games, because they would give him games, but he didn't play video games. So he would give them to us. So then he introduced us, when he was changing jobs and shit, he introduced us to one of the dudes that would give him games, and his name was Steve. I remember this day. And we would sit in that fucking lounge. They had some hot bitch working at the receptionist area. We were little, but you could tell she was beautiful. They had like it was like a 3-story building maybe, you know. But we'd have to wait for him to come down in the elevator. He'd come give us a game. Now the games that he gave us, we had to return. The only one we kept was Mortal Kombat. I kept the Mortal Kombat. He let us keep that, but it wasn't. It didn't even have my buddy. He got the Sega Genesis one. I had the Super Nintendo one, but it didn't have no like case around it. It was just like the chip part. But we would sit there for hours on end, waiting for this dude to come down in the elevator. But he was like so proud. You could tell they were just proud of what they made. Oh, I can't wait till you try this. You guys are gonna love it. These developers now are hyping up bullshit, sending it out, taking a huge backlash, and then damage controlling. Some of them aren't even. They're just like, oh, we're gonna sell you another pile of shit next year or whenever we choose to make another game. I mean, it's a shame. A lot of these games we're getting now are like so-so. Like they're like they just pass. Like they're just okay. You don't see the games that like when you like how I play UFC. Like I have to say, man, this game is a masterpiece in my eyes. Yes, it has its problems, but this is a game I can play over and over and over. If you're a UFC fan and you like gaming, I couldn't understand why you would say it. Like, I could understand maybe some things you'd pick about it. There's problems with the stats. I think they need to update the stats. I don't like but it carried over from the last game. I don't like the whole invite system. I think they should do a better invite system when you're in like a lobby. It is what it is, though. For what they put in this work, the work they put in this game where they actually update it, they keep the updates going and fixing the technical shit. They should do the stats, but they keep the technical shit going. They support this game. EA deserves an award for this, even though if they don't, they're not going to get Game of the Year for this game because it's not something everybody plays. But for a sports game, this shit's great. I love it. I do. But I can hold this game up this generation, Alien Isolation, and Evil Within. That game got a lot of help, but those to me are three games that I really enjoyed. Those were games that when I played them, I did want to put the controller down, just like Grand Theft Auto 5 when that came out for the PS3. I didn't want to put the controller down. Last of Us, I didn't want to put the controller down. I want to keep going. The original Gears of War, I did not want to put that controller down. Games back in the day like The Suffering, I didn't want to put the controller down. GoldenEye, same thing. Turok, did not want to put the controller down. NES days, I like horror games. Friday the 13th, Jaws, I loved that Jaws game when you went around the little boat and then you had to go like diving and then Jaws came. That was just a blast. I like that. I even like the Nightmare on Elm Street game. I'm a horror fan. But like games like Duck Hunt, like come on, Punch Out. Those are games that you never wanted to put down. But I mean, I'm just being honest, but like, I'm being totally honest when I say this. But like, let's be real, just a little bit, just a little bit. They built this pile of shit up. They built this up like it was gonna be the best thing. They had the whole gay, guy behind the protagonist. Like, oh, he's gay. You play the game. I didn't fully beat it. I got pretty far in it, but I don't see where he's gay in it. I really don't. I didn't see no gay scene unless they have that later on. They push that. They're saying, oh, you can ride on a fucking elephant, do all this. The game is just fucking boring. It's like another Far Cry. They made a big deal of this. It wasn't like it was broken or anything, but I'm just saying I could see where people would like the game, but it's just a game. It's another game. And we're getting more games like this over and over and over and over. There's nothing terrible about it. I'm talking about the ones that aren't broken. These I don't know this game that had any technical difficulties that I've seen of it, but I'm just saying these are the type of games that we're getting. They build it up, it comes out, and it really is like so-so. I like this game, don't get me wrong, but this wasn't what it was supposed to be. Not what they're showing, not at all. And Angry Joe did a great video pointing that out in his review. I believe it was a review how he shows like the whole city and all these other areas that you can't go to yet. But it's still a good. I like the Division. I'm not talking like totally bad about it. But the end fight, you're shooting at a helicopter forever. I unfortunately had to play most of this game by myself. I played a little bit with Bear Hugger, a little bit of procrastination. The bad thing was I was a lower level. So when I play with them at a high level, it boosts the enemies to their level, and I'm a fucking spectator, and I'm the one running the show, like the server. You know, I'm the one that's invited them. That don't make sense. You know, that's just me. But I mean, I could go over there and get a handful of games, you know, that are just like so-so. You know, they're okay. You know, I'll bring some other ones that are just, you know, okay. You know. What's this? Let's see. What do we got going on here? Okay. This game. I never played Just Cause 3. Never touched it. Never touched fucking Just Cause 3 in my life. It's a fun game. If you want to get on a game and go around, blow shit up, it's great. But then you notice after a while, you're just running around and doing the same thing over and over and over. And it has a lot of filler in it. Like, it's like they put so much bullshit in it just to make it a longer experience. In my personal opinion, I would like them to cut the bullshit out or keep it limited and just give me the game. I don't care if the game would be 8 hours then. But they fill it up with bullshit. They make it a long game where you have to do unnecessary bullshit, you know, that after a while, I mean, it's fun, but you got to be in the mood to do that, you know, over and over and over. You know, you got, I assume if you're like one of them people like to play Grand Theft Auto and just not do the missions and go around and blow shit up like my nephew, he would like playing these missions because you go around just blowing shit up. But it's just, it's like liberate this area, liberate this area, liberate this area, go do the same thing. Go take out all the fucking speakers. Go take out, you know, go kill this so many men here. Go blow up so much shit. Go turn on this. Go break the go blow the statue up. And now go change the flag. And now go do that like 50 more times, you know. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, you know, in my eyes. This game sold like shit. I actually have fun playing it recently. I will say that. But a game like this, from what it came from, like the original Street Fighters and Street Fighter 2 back in the day on the Super Nintendo, one of my favorite games of all time. That's probably a game I spent the most. One of them, probably in the arcades and shit like that, with Street Fighter in general. I'm just saying the franchise. You know, I spent a lot of time with it. I didn't play the ones when it got, you know, after the third one. I like the original ones. That's what I like. I grew up on. You know, my family, we didn't have much money. So when I got Street Fighter 2, you know, like I said in another stream not too long ago, we would get games at Christmas and birthdays. You played those games throughout the year. But Street Fighter 2, when that came out, I loved that shit. It was like new to me. You know, I had dreams about getting that game, and you know, before it came out, like I was just dreaming about it all the time. That was excitement that game brought me, even after owning it. You know, this one, good game, but day one buyers, you got ripped off. It's almost an insult to Street Fighter fans. Like they knew that Street Fighter fans were gonna buy this day one, but they didn't give you a fucking game. You know, they give you nothing. You're lucky, and what they had was good. I was one that said that. I stuck up for it a little bit because I was having fun with what they had. But the invite system, you know, missing half the fucking features, that's bullshit. That's a slap in the face. And what I believe they should do, games like this, if they're not going to deliver day one, and there's issues like in Mafia, that shit should be $40 on the shelf. They should knock $20 at least off that bitch. They shouldn't have the nerve to fucking sell that bitch for 60 fucking bucks. That's a fucking joke. I'm just being honest. And they're taking people by the balls. They are. They a lot of people that are in the gaming industry see how big this is now, and they see there's money to be made, and that's why you got the people putting out shit with no pride. Nothing, no kind of pride in their product. Don't give a shit. The Nintendo seal of approval is fucking dog shit now most of the times. Yeah, with Nintendo too. I'm not taking Nintendo out of the equation either. Like I said, that Devil's, whatever the fuck that thing was called, Star Fox. It's fucking. They should be ashamed. They should. I'm just saying. Even if you think of fucking Smash Brothers and their fucking party chat that they did give you, it sounded like you were fucking Like there was a fucking speaker that was broken on the and the fucking gamepad had a speaker in it. Like I didn't understand it. I was like, this shit's quad for a 8th generation console. Yeah, it's an 8th generation console. People, even though they think, you know, it looked like, you know, how it's made for 7th for the Xbox 360 and PS3. It was an 8th generation console. It was, you know, and it's like shit. I mean, it's a shame what they did with that. But yeah, just the developers nowadays, there's no pride in this shit. I mean, look at Dishonored. That comes out, it's a wreck. You got you know, running really bad on PC. I heard some issues with the consoles, but there shouldn't be no issues really. I mean, I understand there should be, you know, some technical issues, but nothing like your game fucking you know, your missions disappearing, game saves disappearing with some cases, like we had with, you know, Grand Theft Auto when that first came out, or some shit like that. You know, people were losing their character or something like that. It's just how they're making shit is garbage. It's no effort at all, no time, thought, no nothing in any of these games. And you know that's why I use Gamers Club Unlocked. At least I get some kind of deal. But you know, like how I said too or earlier, you're getting so games. You're getting games that are like, okay, I like it, it's somewhat enjoyable, but when I beat it, it's done. You know, nothing that you're gonna run back to and play for hours on end like I do UFC. You know, like I sit there and just play hours. That's how I used to do Street Fighter. That's how I did A Link to the Past back in the day. You know, yes, you can say, hey, oh, I was young, didn't, you know, I had to get what I had to get. But my parents would, one thing they did do, they would go rent us video games. So I could rent video games. I wasn't forced into that. They would at least rent me usually like one game every week or every 2 weeks, you know. I mean, I wasn't totally forced into that. And I had friends. I lived in New York. I had a lot of friends, but I was like really one of the only ones with a game system. A lot of my friends were poor, you know. I mean, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We lived in New York, like, you know, and not, I lived in Long Island, but not like, I wasn't living good. Let me just say that. Grew up in Queens, you know, born in Queens, grew up in Long Island, and half my life there, half my life in Florida. But yeah, I never, you know, a lot of my friends didn't have money, so they'd be over my house playing Super Nintendo. My one friend, he had Sega. That was the one I told you about when they gave him the Mortal Kombat for that. But yeah, it's a shame. You know, these games come out. Nowadays, you don't know. It's like Mafia. I have to say this. You know, they built that game up. It was going to be great. And I do like it. I do like it. For what we're getting nowadays, I mean, it's pretty bad when I got to overlook bullshit. You know, when you got to get a game, you got to say, well, you know, maybe the building's disappearing in the game, but it's still fun. You know, yeah, you know, it's like you ordering a pizza. Well, paid for a large, but they're going to give me half a pizza. But the guy was real nice at the counter. So, you know, and I even threw him a tip on top of it. You know, but I only got half a pizza. It's fucking crazy. Sorry, I'm just ranting. But I think, yeah, I think this will be a good kind of podcast. It's fun. I just like, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm getting tired of the whole thing. I love doing podcasts with Grimpachi and all them, and I still will. Don't get me wrong. I like the dudes I do podcasts with, but sometimes I just like to sit here and just, you know, like to go off or something, you know, or I just feel it's, you know, it gives back to you guys because I'm not going to reveal anybody's name. I'm not doing that. But I had somebody write me a really touching, you know, letter, or not letter, but message, you know, and I didn't know I was that much of an effect on some people here. Like I didn't know I made, you know, people happy and stuff. I mean, I'm assuming I did and stuff, but you know, somebody said, hey, you know, I really like your videos. You know, I want, you know, you make me feel happy because at times I'm not, you know, I don't want to say it all on air what he said, but it made me feel good, you know, and I feel kind of bad. I've been neglecting the whole, you know, gaming part of YouTube. The reason I stopped doing it, I'll be honest with you guys, me and Thanos are cool and all that. It was a little bit before that I started feeling like I wasn't really feeling the whole gaming thing. I feel like a repeat, but when all the shit went down with Thanos 2 and Armored, it wasn't that we, you know, when we were going back and forth, that's fine. But when shit gets too, when lines are crossed, we're friends, like I said, but I think some of that got taken too far. And, after that happening, it makes me feel different towards, because I was already feeling like that, with the gaming thing anyways, just negative about the gaming community. It's a fucking repeat every time you're watching something. That's another topic I'm going to go into too. But, it feels like you're sitting here watching the same thing over and over and over and over. I see people that are like copying other people. I've had people do it to me. I seen theories that I made, like gaming topics, and then I see some other dude coming up and acting like he did it. Like, be original, motherfucker. Like I don't go around. If I do get an idea from somebody, like I got this idea for this show, it was inspired by Bear Hugger. I give them a shout out. I don't take credit for everything. Like, I'm not like that. I never been like that. I'm not going to steal somebody's ideas. I'm not going to steal somebody's like I look at it like some of these people, they live off this shit. So it's their work. I don't live off this shit. I couldn't make it on what I make on YouTube. I'd be eating fucking, beanie weenies. I'd be fucked. I don't know. I'd be a fucking panhandler then. But yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people on YouTube that really are, just stealing people's ideas. They're not original. And then if news comes out, like let's say like the Pro, they remember the time when they announced the Pro and they shown it. I mean, I've seen like probably like 100 videos that were almost identical to each other. You're either gonna have somebody that don't like it or they're gonna like it, but they're all the same reasons. They're all the same reasons. It's just like you're watching that guy for, that guy and the other 50 people have the same reason why they don't like it. This guy and the other 50 people have the same reason why they do like it. And it's like it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's almost like watching a TV show and you already seen the episode. You ever watch a TV show and you're like really looking forward to that week's episode because the last one was real good, and you go to watch it, and then all of a sudden it's a fucking repeat and you're like all pissed off. You're like, I didn't hear about no damn repeat. And you love that last week's episode. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm watching a rerun over and over. I'm waiting for some good shit to happen again. And it's nobody's creative. There's very few people on here that are creative on YouTube. I mean, I'm just being real. There's a handful of people on here that are creative, that actually, when I watch their videos, I feel it's like something, different. And one guy, I have to say, I'm not kissing his ass or anything, Resurrection. I do like his channel. I didn't like when he was sitting there going off about me for fucking a month, but I know why it was going on, because he had, gay centuries filling his head with nonsense. But I mean, that guy, he makes some funny shit at times. I enjoy that. I enjoy like the 1316 Killer. I've never really watched him until now. But I and there's people that I have been watching for a while that I do like, that I like to see certain things they do. Like, I do like One Stop. I think he's a good dude, and I have to say, what he did for me was cool. I've never had nobody do shit like that for me on YouTube, and that was awesome. I really appreciate that when he did that. He actually, I mean, he did not have to do that. And he just did it out of the kindness of his heart. A lot of people down One Stop. He's not a bad dude. I mean, one thing you guys got to understand, when people do this YouTube shit, I'm just saying, like, some people are doing this, they're like a character. They get on here, they're gonna voice their opinions in a certain way. They may feel that way, but they're gonna make it sound a lot worse than it is. Like, not worse than it is, but be more irate about it, just to get a rise out of people. That's why people like, well, I'm being real here. I'm just telling you how I feel. But people like that too. They like you to sit here and bitch and moan and cry, about stupid shit. But like a lot of these guys on YouTube, they're just like, they see something that works and they do it. It don't make them a bad person, It is what it is, But yeah, YouTube, like when I came on here, man, and girls, I have some girls that watch now too. It was a whole different thing. It was fun. I think it was because it was new to me. I was like, you guys got to understand, like, I was living a totally different life before I came up here. I was doing a lot of bad shit. My mind wasn't hold on, my computer's about to die. I gotta plug it in. uh, I hate that batteries and fucking laptops, they don't last long. They're not worth a shit. You think by now they would have a, I mean, I'm sure if I spend $5,000, $6,000 on a computer, I get one that works with a battery for a good battery for a fucking laptop. But I'm just saying the average laptop that I see, the battery lasts about 2 hours, an hour after you used it for a while. But where was I? I think I was just going on about how, YouTube's just basically, oh yeah, when I came on YouTube, it was like new to me. When I lived in Florida, I was living a different life. I was, you know, doing a lot of bad shit. I was a different person. If I was that person, now sitting here, you would be like, who's this guy? You're like, I was just out my fucking mind because I was on a lot of drugs, and it didn't start that way. It started where I was having fun with it, selling drugs and doing shit like that. And it all reversed, and it got real bad. So, when I moved up here, I knew of YouTube. I watched YouTube. I used to play the guitar. So I used to like to listen to music on YouTube and, maybe learn a song and listen to a song off of YouTube or stuff like that. But I didn't know people did gaming shit on YouTube. Like, I was like blown away by it when I moved away from all my friends in Florida and, my whole life there, because I had to leave. I was going to be locked up for a long time if I stayed there. And I just got lucky, I got right when I got off probation for the last time. I was like, I'm the fuck out of here. I was like, I gotta leave. I'm gonna end up in prison. So when I came up here, I pretty much, was just bored out of my mind. When you get off of drugs and stuff, and you're just bored. You are, and I just like, I like to watch TV shows and stuff, but I was still kind of not feeling good because I wasn't on stuff no more. So your body's tired. You feel like shit. I felt like shit for like 2 months. It was horrible. Like just like sick sometimes, and then it's just how your body reacts to certain drugs. And eventually I started, like, I was looking on YouTube one day. I was bored. Oh, and that's what happened. I got a Wii U. That's what brought me to YouTube, really. I got the Wii U, and I bought Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for it, and I had Nintendo Land. So I got into playing Black Ops, and I was wondering why they weren't getting DLC. Like, I was like, does this system not? I mean, it had an online, so I was like, oh, cool, Nintendo. Because I didn't have the Wii. You gotta think that too. I didn't have a Wii, so I was never used to Nintendo having it online. So I'm just waiting on their little, kiddie store for something to pop up. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a child store. I'm sorry. It's like music's playing. It sounds like a baby store. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So I'm waiting for this DLC to pop up. I'm seeing, on the internet when I type it in, everybody else is getting it. So I typed in something on Google, and it brought me to a YouTube video. And I can't remember the first person I seen, but they were talking about, Black Ops 2 DLC not coming to, the Wii U. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, here it goes again with Nintendo. And then what I had to do was like 6 months. What was it, like 6 months from then? A PS4 was coming out. I was like, I'm gonna have to buy another PS3 because when I came up here with pretty much nothing. I came up here with the clothes on my back. That's what I came up with, and a bag full of stuff. I had my Chucky doll that I had for years. I got it from the original Chucky movie. He had a burn hole on his face from when he got burnt in the lighter in the movie. I had to throw that away at the airport because of luggage. I couldn't. It wouldn't fit in the bag. It made the bag bigger. So I came up here with like some clothes. That was it. What I had on my back. So I came up here. The first system I got was a Wii U. But then, the way they had it looking at with the Wii U, like it was going to be the next Super Nintendo. That's why, because I was sitting at the store. I remember sitting at the store. The Wii U came out that day, and I'm looking at the PlayStation 3, and I'm like, should I do it? Should I give Nintendo the chance again? And, I seen the third-party games. I seen Assassin's Creed. I seen Batman. And I didn't get to play Batman or the Batman Arkham City. So I was like, okay, I didn't play any of them. It's got third-party. And I looked at it like this. I'm like, I'm buying a new system for the new generation. Why would I buy an old system that's about to be out? That's how I really analyzed it. And got fucking duped. That's all it was to it. I got duped, and then I had to buy a PS3. I think it was like 6 months or 3 months before the new one dropped. I had a couple months with the Wii U. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, I can't take this. It was just like I played Call of Duty. I found some good people to play with on Wii U, but that was my online experience with the Wii U for a while when I first got it. And then I got the PS3 again. Then shortly after that, PS4 came out, got that day one, and then the Wii U was that's when I really felt like the Wii U was an afterthought. I was like, this system is so bad. But yeah, I'm bitching about that and that and that. All right, so another thing Dave wants to bitch about. We bitched about resolution over quality. Nintendo should have approval. All right, that's another thing. PS4 Pros. Okay, and I'm not that. Let me put a disclaimer. If you did get a Pro, don't take offense to this. It's just my thoughts and opinion. I'm not. I mean, I'm happy. Like I said many times. Anybody that wanted this, and you know, I see why people would get it. Some people just want new shit. I understand that. To me, it falls under a different thing. It falls under the principle of consoles. You know, I like buying a console and getting all the consoles and not having to worry 5-6 years for another fucking console to come out. You know, that's what I like. I don't like when they're kind of turning this into the cell phone fucking, you know, industry where they're going to make a new model every 2, 3, 4 years, whatever, like shorter than the console generation. Consoles were meant for people that don't have the money. I mean, let's be real. Consoles are meant for people that don't really have money. You know, when it comes to like, you know, PC shit, it's like it was affordable shit that you popped in and played. You know, it is what it is. You know, but you know, the whole thing with the Pro that I'm getting a kick out of, I can go anywhere and get that motherfucker that sells video games in my area. And the funny thing about this is the real funny part about it. I live in fucking East Tennessee. So what does that tell you? I'm not in a big city. I'm not in Knoxville. You know, that's 2 hours away. Why in East Tennessee of all places? You know, let me just describe this to you. When Splinter Cell Blacklist came out for the Wii U, I was the only one in like a three town radius or something that got Black Ops ordered. That was the only copy in my whole city, or in a few cities, that even got Splinter Cell Blacklist. Yeah, I was a dumbass that bought it on the Wii U because I had hope for the Wii U still for some dumb reason. So I can go to my local Target, I can go to my local Best Buy, and we got 3 GameStops in town, in each corner, because it is a big area, but it's still East Tennessee. It's the Bible Belt. I can get Pros at any of them. Any of them. Any of them. But I can't get a fucking Nintendo Mini? Like, that's the funny thing. Like, you can get a Nintendo Mini. You can't get a Nintendo Mini, but you can find a Pro anywhere. So that's a bad sign right there. I would have thought this thing would have been sold out at least a month. Minimum, maybe a couple weeks, 3 weeks. I can leave this. I can get up right now and go get a Pro if I wanted to. If I wanted to. One other bad thing they got going on with that thing. A lot of bad things, but this is another thing. When I go to my local Best Buy, I go to my local GameStop, I go to my local Target. That's where I saw Pros just sitting there today. Reason I went, I wanted to see, you know, I was bored too, and I wanted to see if they had one set up. Just like I'm waiting for them to set fucking VR up. They haven't set it up yet. Go figure. I don't know. You have VR, virtual reality, that I would assume you'd have to try out before you buy. At least me, I would. I would not buy that unknowing, even though it looks cooler and shit, and I'm all for VR. I'm sorry, I just can't buy that without even trying it, and I won't buy it until at least I see it doing good for a year or so, at least a year. But they don't even have the fucking Pro set up with a 4K TV, even at fucking Best Buy. Like, why are they not even marketing that shit? So I can see where consumers going to come in and they're going to be like, oh, you got the, what's the Pro? What's the difference from that and the Slim for $300? I mean, if they're not showing the difference at a store, then how the fuck's that going to do good? I mean, you got to think there are dumbasses out in the world that do game that don't really follow anything that will go out there and say, oh, $100 cheaper. So that's where I have to say maybe the Slim will do better because they're not marketing it. I don't even really see too many Pro commercials on TV. I've seen some, but when I go to the store, Best Buy didn't even have them out on the shelf. Best Buy didn't even have, you wouldn't even know a Pro was in the store unless I went up there and asked, or you were somebody who knew about it. GameStop had it on their back counter in front of their desk, and Target, I sent some pictures all dirty. They had it in their case. They had two of them, you know, one sitting on one side of the other case and one sitting there. But like it's sitting right there. Like I'm just saying, it's like no setup, no nothing, no fucking TV, no nothing to do this shit. Like that's not good marketing if you ask me. I don't know. I thought this should be sold out, you know, at least for like a couple weeks. Look at the Elite controller. You couldn't get one of them motherfuckers. You know, took a little while to get them. In my area, it took about, I'd say, a little bit over a month before you started seeing them. You may hear if somebody got them. I mean, I remember there was one time I went to Best Buy. They had one in the back, you know, but the ladies, I wasn't buying it, so I didn't ask her to take out, look at the box, you know. But that was like 2 weeks after, you know. But this shit isn't even sold out, so I don't know. I think it's a bad sign. Then with the Pro, you got games that are running worse on the Pro than the regular versions. How does that manage? You got a console that is fucking double the power supposedly of the original console, and it manages to run games even shittier. that's where it gets good. That's where it really gets good. You got a more powerful console that manages to run games shittier. How does that add up at all? Like, please explain that one to me, because it's great. And I saw somebody trying to damage control it. You know, I saw somebody saying, oh, well, the developers isn't used to the Pro. Well, doesn't these developers know? I mean, are they, do they not need more? Does more power not help them? I mean, is it that hard to find, to actually make something look a little better when you have pretty much more? I mean, I'm not a tech person, but they got more power sitting there, more things to work with, you know, and it's coming out worse. I don't know. I mean, these things are pretty much PCs, so you would think it would look, you know, better. I don't think it'd be running worse. It just shows you right there, these developers, they don't give a fuck. They don't. I'm sorry. If they're bringing out a new console, and then you're gonna, and if say we do have to pay for patches, I mean, not me, but because I'm not fucking doing it, I won't waste the money on that shit. But I'm just saying, say people do have to pay for patches with third party. Could you imagine paying for a patch and the motherfucker runs worse? Like, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm being real negative about it, but look, guys, it's just how I feel with the whole thing. I can't sit here and just, you know, just be cautious about. I felt like this about this whole thing day one. It's not even, you know, me. It's just I'm happy for people that got it and that are enjoying it. I mean, but then it don't even have a 4K Blu-ray player in it. I mean, so you can't enjoy it movie-wise. You can stream it. You know, you can stream it. You can stream it. That's what I do. I mean, I'd be all right with that. I mean, but it just shows you digital's going far too. Digital is right around the corner. I'm telling you, shit is going digital, but we're not going to bitch about that because I'm not going to go on about that. But yeah, it's funny watching the Mini outsold the fucking NES Mini, a blast from the past. Out is fucking can't find them anywhere, and if you can find them, they're on eBay for $300. You know, but the Pro's everywhere. You know, but you know, like I said, if people got it and they're happy with it, and you like something new, I mean, if you have a PS4, the only way I could see you wanting that is maybe if you have a 4K TV and you really don't want to use your 4K TV, or you just like new shit. Some people just like new shit. I think like Zaire said, he said in his video, he just likes new shit. So that's understandable if you like new shit. I'm just with that whole thing with that, you know, it's just the principle of it. I just see console generations going very badly. It's all shifting in a wrong direction, you know. I think this is the closest that I've ever been to wanting to go out and get a PC. You know, I can't do it right this second. I can't go out and buy the PC I would want to get. But if things keep going how it is, I might have a PC here very soon. I don't know. I mean, I'm just getting disgusted with. My thing is with the Pro, if the one thing that may make me get the Pro, or may make me get the Scorpio, is if they leave these games behind to the current issues. If they do figure out and get off their lazy asses and figure out how to, optimize the game and make it look good for this version, and they leave the old versions behind, then I might trade both consoles in and just go with the Scorpio or just go with the Pro, whichever. I'll see that when the Scorpio comes out. But for now, if it stays like this, I'm good. And then if they really piss me off, like I said, I might just go to PC and be. I know PC's got problems. I know it ain't all fucking rainbows and gumdrops over there. I know that, but I mean, I'll deal with their issues. At least the initial bump will suck, but in the long run, I'll miss out on some exclusives, but you have Windows 10 on there, so at least I'll get the good ones of fucking Xbox on there. I can deal with that. I'll miss out on Sony, but is it real? Are you really missing out that much? I don't think so. And you get deals. I'm tired of paying an arm and a leg for these games. I'm being real. It gets ridiculous. I'm sorry. You buy these games and then they get you with these microtransactions. I mean, I don't buy microtransactions, but they're always trying. It's just the point of them always trying to get you to spend more money. I mean, I don't find it right for you to spend $60 on a game and you bought that game. It's not like I'm playing a free to fucking play game where those games deserve microtransactions. I understand it. It's a free fucking game. But a game that I paid $60 for should not have microtransactions and should not have a fucking season pass and DLC. It shouldn't. All that shit should be included in that $60 price tag. I'm sorry. And that's why I supported fucking Titanfall. I did. I think I support. I will buy a game if it's something somewhat I like, and I think it's something I would enjoy. I'll support it. If I would enjoy it, I have to at least enjoy it. But I commend the fucking developers, that are out there, giving people still a full product. I think that's right. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, Titanfall actually is doing good in like ratings, but I don't think the sales did so good. And we all know why. They released it next to fucking all the heavy hitters, Battlefield, even though Call of Duty, it is what it is. I mean, I want to play that remaster. I do, and I almost broke my rule with that because I want to play that remaster. But a lot Hydro, and Procrastination, Frozen, they all talked me out of doing. I wanted to play that, and with Call of Duty, it's always like that every year. I'll say I won't get it, but I will get it. But when it comes to this whole console mid-generation bullshit, that's something I stand by. I'm disgusted with that. But like I said, if somebody got it and they're enjoying it, that's fine. I like to see people happy. It's not like I'm saying it like that. I'm just saying the principle of it all. That's all it is, the principle. But yeah, I bitched about that enough. All right. Let's move to the next thing. I guess we'll go with oh. Well, we'll save that for a second. Okay. Did I talk about? Well, let me go back to something real quick. So, one thing I did I must have went somewhere else for YouTube being the same too. I want to go on about that a little bit more. Every time you get on here and you're watching people, it just feels to me like, I don't know if you guys, let me take some of your questions. How do you guys feel about YouTube? And I'm sorry for neglecting you in the comment. I never done one of these, so I'm just fucking ranting. I don't want to feel like I'm being boring, so that's why I'm just like going on and just pitching. I don't like doing I hate dead air when we're just, you don't hear nothing like that. I don't like that. But sorry for I'm just going on a rant. I told you it'd be a show about me bitching for an hour, so sorry about that. Who said it's running bad on consoles? What are you talking about, Grim? Hold on, I don't know what you're talking about because I missed your comments. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just went on a big fucking. I didn't even. I don't know. I never do these. I'm new to this too. I'm gonna be doing more of these because I actually enjoy doing this. Because I actually get to bullshit with you guys. Sorry for not interacting with you right now, but I was gonna definitely do it before I ended. I was gonna answer questions and stuff like that. But I've been wanting to do a live show for a long time. I tried it one time before and something happened. I don't know what it was. It was some maybe camera issues or something. So I eventually was gonna do this. I was trying to get Thanos to make me like an emblem, and I wasn't gonna go on camera. I was just gonna have an emblem there. But I was like, fuck it. I'm always used to going on camera anyways. It is what it is. So I just did that. Afterlife, Battlefront, what's up, buddy? Beavis and Butthead, Levon Kason, what's up, guys? King Grimpachi, the reviews I said ran fine. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Dishonored? Are we Dishonored for PC? I heard it's running like shit. That's what I heard. If we're talking about, tell me what game we're talking about. I don't know what game what you're talking about because I bitched about a few games. I was bitching about Mafia. I don't know what we're talking about. But I did hear this. I don't play Final Fantasy, but is there a world of Final Fantasy that's on the Pro? Because I heard that runs worse than the actual version. Like I heard that game. Well, I heard it's running worse with the Pro for some reason. World of Final Fantasy. I don't know nothing about Final Fantasy. I even lost count of all the numbers. I know the newest one is 15, I believe. I think. I don't know. I don't play Final. That's one game you. No, I didn't say Watch Dogs. I never said Watch Dogs is running like shit. No, I never said that. If I did say that, I might have. Did I say I don't think I said Watch Dogs 2. I didn't say it was running like shit. I was talking about Mafia. That's what I was talking about. Mafia 3. I was talking about Dishonored. No, I didn't say nothing about Watch Dogs 2 running right. If I did, show it to me. I don't remember it. I like I said, I went on a big rant. I'm just going off. No, I'm saying it, Dave. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't say Dave, Watch Dogs 2 is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even mention Watch Dogs yet. I didn't even mention that yet. But Grimpachi said something. What did he say? He said he lost me on his comment. Oh, can't. Shit. I don't know. Dave, Watch Dogs 2 is broken. Well, what I'm hearing about Watch Dogs 2 is that the story, a lot of people don't really care about the story. It's not they don't care about the story. They said it's like too like joking around. They feel like it's more aimed towards children, the story, or like teenagers because it's like hipsters. I heard it takes a while to get you into the story because later on it starts getting serious, and in the beginning it's all like fun and games and you're like terrorizing like business owners and different companies. I mean it looks all right. I mean I don't know, like it's a day, it's most likely not a day one buy for me. It's just I don't know. I don't, the first Watch Dogs to me, I still want to finish it. It's just it wasn't. That's a game they built up and it just did not deliver on what they built that game. They put that game on a fucking on a mantle. Like it was like it was supposed to be big. It was it's supposed to be like mind blowing, and it's a bad game. I had little things that bothered me, like I couldn't shoot out the car and do drive-bys. I didn't like the character. I found he was very dull, like Nico in Grand Theft Auto 4. I thought Nico had more life than him, or if that was a guy's name in Grand Theft Auto. If I'm using a character that's just boring and there's nothing like, it's not really like, if it don't really take you into the story, I don't want nothing to do. I just ain't feeling it. It is what it is. This new one, I think the main protagonist looks kind of cool. I mean, I'm not into the whole hipster thing. I don't know why people want to be like that, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't know, but they had to go in another direction. They got a lot of help for the character in the first one, so they changed things. And I mean, it looks. The thing what looks cool to me about Watch Dogs 2 is that you can fly drones and shit, and I think you can do co-op campaign. I don't know if you can do the whole game like that, but you can do parts of it. I don't know. I was watching some reviews and some people said to wait on it. They said don't get it day one. Some people said, one guy was AVG. I think he said that it was basically, it's nothing you haven't seen, basically. You know, and then one guy I was watching, he was saying that he said for him it was hard to like really like buy the character, like mean like buy what he's putting out. Basically, I guess you'd say that like basically he didn't know if he was the enemy or the good guy, because what the missions that they're having you do, you're going around and terrorizing people and you're supposed to be the good guy. So he had a hard time believing what he was doing. His name's Jimmy something. I started watching him when he started, and I watch him every now and then now. I just don't. Whenever I catch his reviews, I'll watch him. Wii U never gonna get a price drop, but yeah, then that's another thing that's really sad. You got the Switch coming out. Oh, and that's what that's another thing I want to bitch about before I forget. You got the Nintendo Switch. All right. And I'm just being real here when I say this. You know, I hear a lot of people, even friends of mine here on YouTube, you know, I understand they're Nintendo. They like Nintendo. They grew up on Nintendo like me. But let's not kid ourselves, guys. let's just not hope for nothing again. Let's not throw a quarter into a wishing well that we know we're not going to get our wish. I mean, we already know the outcome. I mean, you have people saying, I'm not a tech guy, I say this a million times, but you have the PlayStation 4 that has 8 gigabytes of RAM, right? Then you have the Xbox, I believe that has the same, right? You got the Wii U coming out after them, you know, it's going to be coming out after the Pro, the PS4 Pro, and it's going to be coming out with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Like, I'm just saying, like, why do they always, like, underpower their consoles, especially with a generation like this, where people know it's all about power? That's what they want. You can have shit games, but as long as it's powerful, good to go. I guess because they can brag, you know, about playing a very graphically demanding game that runs like shit, but they have their powerful console. I don't know. I guess that's it. I guess that's what it's all about. But that's what people want nowadays. So you got the Nintendo Switch coming out with rumor, and this is a rumor, and it's probably right. I mean, most of these rumors we're hearing, a majority of them, when they really get down, you know, when it's as close as it is to this coming out, you know, it's usually correct. And you know, people are saying, well, you know, they're like, maybe it has, you know, more power when you unhook it. Maybe it has an extra, you know, extra 2 gigabytes, and then when you power it, it'll be at 6. No, it's probably 4 all around the board. That's it. I don't see it having more power when you unplug it or when you plug it back in, or, you know, more gigabytes of RAM. No, I'm sure it's just one thing that, like, I'm not a tech guy, but it's just like one thing, 4 gigabytes, done. You know, like, I mean, would it be a processor? I'm not. That's why I state this over and over. I'm not good with all that stuff, but you got people hoping for stuff that isn't there, because they, you know, at the end of the day, you got to take Nintendo for what it is. You know, I strongly believe this is what I came up with Nintendo, and this is what I give to them. You know, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I think I grew up with Nintendo, but it's like the saying says, we grew up with Nintendo, but Nintendo didn't grow up with us, and it's a fact. You know, it's they're still doing what they were doing for us when we were kids. You know, if you're my age or somewhat a little younger or older, they're doing what we got back in the days. But the problem of what they're doing for kids nowadays, for what we had when we were a kid, that's all we had was Mario. You know, NES days, that was it. That was your Mario, your Duck Hunt. Kids got options nowadays. Kids got Grand Theft Auto. Kids got Call of Duty. And, you know, back then you got to think we had Mario. You know, we didn't have no Mario running around with a fucking Uzi. You know, let's be real. Come on. We didn't have that. So if we were a kid back then, would we be playing Nintendo? If there was a Sony at that time in the NES generation, if there was a Microsoft putting out games like this, probably not. So I think the thing with Nintendo was great for its time. you know, and it's still fun. I'm not saying Nintendo ain't fun. I'd play Mario today because I grew up on it. But you got kids that are growing up today that don't want no part of Mario. They don't give a fuck about a plumber. They don't care about jumping on Goombas. Go jump your fucking Goomba jumping ass out a fucking window and get lost. I mean, that's what way they're thinking. I mean, they don't want nothing like that. Kids don't want that. Kids want Grand Theft Auto. You know, that's what they want. They want to go around shooting people. They want to play what adults are playing. You know, it is what it is. You know, back then you were pretty much forced to Nintendo. Nintendo had the industry at a monopoly. You were playing Nintendo. You know, that was it. You were playing with power. You know, and that's what it was. Now it's not like that. There's options. You know, kids want PlayStation. Kids want, you know, some kids want Microsoft. You know, this generation, it is what it is. Sony's the popular vote. You know, it's just like Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton. Trump won. Get over it. It is what it is. You know, I mean, but the whole thing with Nintendo, going back to what I was saying, I went off on a little other rant. Nintendo just don't make sense anymore too. You know, say they do come out with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Why? Why would you do that? And they most likely did do that. But why? Why would you do that? Why? I mean, it just don't make any sense. It's like then I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, why did they make this console? The only thing that can come good out of this console, if all these rumors are correct, you know, that they're probably not going to get, you know, there's third party and then they're not going to get third party. And then, you know, they showed Skyrim and it's not confirmed. And they showed NBA 2K and I think that's not confirmed. I'm not sure on that one. But the only good thing that could come out of this whole thing that I could see Nintendo making another console is the name. They changed the name. Maybe the Wii name was so cursed they couldn't sell a fucking product. Maybe Switch will change things, you know. Maybe it will. Maybe that's what will help them. Because I strongly believe in this. If they're not bringing third-party support with that console, they could have just kept the fucking Wii U and changed the name. I mean, if you're just going to make Nintendo games again, you know, just, you know, put out Nintendo at the slow rate that they were going with them too, what's the point of the Switch if it's going to be another underpowered console? Like I said with my other thing, if the PS4 Pro takes off and the 4K, if it's all 4K and Scorpio 4K, where's that going to leave Nintendo again? You know, I mean, if that shit does take off, we're just saying if it does. But I mean, you got people saying that, you know, Nintendo might have more power when you plug it in. No, it's most likely 4 gigabytes of RAM, you know, and this is all a rumor. It's a rumor, but it's most likely a reality. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. This is fucking Nintendo. I mean, they duped us so many fucking times in the past, you know. If you really take the Wii, like I've said millions of times, take the Wii out of the equation, and you look at their console sales, how they declined. You know, home console, not handhelds. I'm talking their home console. Take the Wii out of the equation. It's been on a fucking decline. And there's a reason for that. It's because people are, you know, you got some people that are leaving Nintendo. It's basically the Nintendo audience grew up, and there's very few of the new audience that's there. You know, and the ones that are still there, a lot of them are turning over. They're tired of playing the same shit day in and day out. You know, you could say, oh, well, Sony's got these shooters, you know, but it's still something different. People want a new experience. You could sit here and argue with me all day and say, oh, but it's something that's what people like now. When it really comes down to it, they want games like Battlefield. They want Call of Duty. That's what they want. They want to be playing in space now, you know. They don't want to jump on Goombas. And then, you know, they got new games too, you know. Like Watch Dogs, that's a new franchise. And one thing I will say about Watch Dogs, a lot of people gave that game hell, but that game sold very well, mainly because of hype, but it sold well. At the end of the day, you can't give a hell. And same thing with Mafia. People are giving Mafia 3 a lot of hell, but it's selling well. It is, from what I've seen, you know. For such a shitty game, it's doing good. You know, Destiny, I talk shit about Destiny 2 and like it now, but sold well, you know. People want, that's what people want. They don't want that, you know, lonely single player experience all the time on Nintendo. Nintendo's got very few multiplayer, you know, online games. They need to get more shit going. They can do it. Nintendo can do it, but is the real answer, the real question is, does Nintendo want to do it? You know, they got their handheld market, you know, I mean, it's not like Nintendo's doing terrible. They got their handheld market that's doing good. It's just, I'm talking home console wise. That's what I'm talking. Yeah. So with me with the Switch, I hate to say this, it's starting to look a lot like fucking the Wii U all over again. You got the gamepad there. You got the Pro controller, but you have to buy that separately. I mean, is that going to come with the console? I don't think so. You know, there's a good chance third party isn't going to be there again. I'm sure they'll have some good games, just like the Wii U has good games. The Wii U has good games. You can't take that away from it. But I mean, at the end of the day, is it gonna be a big success? I'm going with no. That's just me. I'm going. I mean, I could sit here and say I don't think it'll be as bad as the Wii U because of the name change, but I don't think that people want Nintendo like that in the home console market. Now, let me say this: there could be a huge success. People that could all, you know, handheld gamers might all go for that, you know. But the whole thing with the whole, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, they're going to put, you know, 3DS games on it and all that. But one thing you got to take into consideration, most console gamers do not like handheld games. They don't like that style of games, you know, like that are on handhelds. So that's why most people don't like those. They just don't like it. It is what it is, you know. So I don't know if that will help. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on with Nintendo, but myself, this is what I'm saying. I think I don't see it doing very well if the rumors are true, if they are true. Now we ain't gonna know. January, I'll make my final decision, but as of now, it's not looking good. When they give us the actual specs, and you know, and it might, if it is more powerful and all that, and that isn't true, that it's, you know, as powerful or less powerful than the Xbox One, then it might have a chance, you know, because people want power. But like I said, if that 4K shit takes off, they're fucking done. They're done. Which most likely it will, you know. But I think it's gonna be a slow process for that. Let me read. I know I've just been ranting. I haven't been reading too much of the comments. It's hard for me to see the comments because every time I can see them, but every time you guys type something, it like I lose my space. So let me get it on my tablet, and I can catch up with it. But yeah, I have a few more things to bitch about. I hope I'm not sitting here too long bitching. But I figured you guys would like this. I mean, I haven't done podcasts, like I said, in a while. I got burnt out of them. I enjoy this, like, because I'm just sitting here just rambling on, you know, talking, you know. It's just podcasts. I'll be doing them still. You know, I consider this a podcast, like a live stream. I mean, this to me is a podcast. I'm just by myself. Um, but yeah, I'll do these every now and then. You know, it don't matter. I felt kind of bad today, you know, that I haven't been doing. I got a good message today, like I said. I had a really cool subscriber write me today. And I know people like to see me do podcasts because when it really comes down to it, I've been doing podcasts a long time in this community, a lot longer than others, you know. When I started, it was like Zaire was doing them. I think he was like one of the first people in this. I'm talking about this community that was doing podcasts, and there was a few others like KFD, maybe the Gamers at Large. And then I started right when I started YouTube, I was doing podcasts. You know, I did the Dave and Meat show. That turned into something else, and I did a few shows, but mainly it was the Dave's Had Enough show. And then I went into just now I changed it to Dave's Gamer Anonymous. But I did the Dave and Meat show for a long time too. So I just got burnt out on them. It was a long, I've been on YouTube over coming close to 3 years now. You know, coming close to 3 years, and I've been doing podcasts the majority of the time that I've been on it. You know, it gets old. You know, doing every week. You know, making sure, and And when people don't understand, when you do a podcast, you're having to like control a conversation, and it's hard sometimes because people are, some people really have a strong opinion about things, and they're, wanting to really get it out, and then the other person, you're trying to let as many, you're trying to give everybody time to talk, and sometimes that don't work. It just don't work. You have maybe some people that want to over talk people. I've done it. I've over talked people. You might get somebody like Gay Centuries on here where he basically just don't shut the fuck up. Like, but that's why, I usually the people I pick to get on here, I like people like Thanos to do pod because they're, they give everybody a chance to talk. Grim's pretty good with that. Huvie, Frozen. I try to get people that will like, give people a chance to talk. There's times where people, like mentioned, they get excited too and want to talk. Poppy, well, One Stop's very good. He does his own podcast. Bear Hugger. Bear Hugger gets excited too. He's one that gets excited though. But he's good in podcasts. He knows how it goes. He does a lot of them. But it's hard. It's hard to do that sometimes. Then then I run into a situation where I feel bad that I don't let certain people on because people want to come on, and then I have a whole room because I decide to let everybody in. I have a room of 10 people in here, and we're all going blah, 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 blah. It's like it's just a lot. It's just too much. So I mean, I will do the podcast. I will consider them, but this is something I'll be doing. Probably a lot more. Not a lot more, but it'll be more regular than I've been doing stuff with podcasts. I just my movie stuff's doing really good. And I'm really proud with that. I'm just happy. Like I said earlier, the gaming stuff was getting repetitive to me. And then, we had some issues on the gaming thing where I like to go back and forth with people like I did with Brandon Cole, and other people here on YouTube and Nate. But, even with Nate, it went too far. It did. With the whole Nate thing, it went too far. I was never the one that called his mom. I don't know how that all went down, who did that. I think maybe it didn't happen. I don't know. But when shit like that happens, that's when shit goes too far, And my last debacle on here, it went too far, I think, for YouTube. And that just made me think a little bit different because I was already kind of thinking different about the gaming community. I was getting kind of like, I've had people ask me, Dave, you don't really seem the same when you do podcasts. It was like, I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling a lot of stuff. Knowing that all happened, it kind of, even though most of us, me and Thanos watch stuff, everybody was involved. The only one I'm not getting along with currently is Armored Sentries. It's not that I don't hate the dude or anything, but I don't know where he is and don't really care. I mean, I think he deserves me. If he ever came and apologized, like I apologized to him. I actually apologized to him, and he said some smart shit like, he said, I'm not sorry for anything I did. I was like, oh, okay, And then we were cool for a little bit, and then shit just went right back to how it was. So I have no respect for him. And it's funny? You guys got to check out those videos of those fake-ass fucking people that act like they're in the military, and then you have people that go up to them and ask them like actual people in the military. I mean, I was looking at them people that, this one guy's doing a convenience store and he's talking, and this guy's asking him where he served, what branch, and the guy, you could tell the guy was full of shit. Some of them are even wearing their outfits out in the mall, and they can catch a fucking charge for that. So I don't believe Gay Centuries isn't even in the military until I see his, I like to see his, well, he could have fake gear too. But I think he was a fucking fraud. That's just me. I don't think he was even a fucking cop. Just being real. Well, he's CO, correctional officer, but I don't think he was that. I think he's a fucking phony. People like that I have no use for. Cool guy at first, but no. The one thing I have respect for everybody else that was in that, we all got over it. It is. That motherfucker didn't get over shit. He's still probably mad in his little corner somewhere, ranting and raving to himself. But anyways, it is what it is. What was I doing? Oh, I was trying to see the comment section. My bad. I'm trying to see the comment. I can see it, but it's moving so damn fast. All right, so here we go. No, he was in the military. Oh, so was he really in the military, or was it? Because I had actually, there was somebody that actually asked him questions about his photo, and they said something with his beard, was actually commenting to him, and he never answered it. So I don't know. It was one of my subscribers that did serve in the military. You'd be surprised how many people that are actually at jobs like convenience stores. Like I was watching, and they have like like patches, and like some people walking around the mall with like fucking their army shit on, and they're not even in it. I mean, there he is. Is that Armored Centuries? Fuck you, Dave, talking shit again. Yeah, because I felt like it. This is the Dave Bitchin live show, and we talk shit here. While we bitch about stuff, and you were the topic of conversation. I was talking about past experience, why I don't feel the same about YouTube, and it's not like I brought you up on purpose. It's just like you're one of the reasons I don't feel the same on YouTube. And you just fell in there. I knew you were watching. You're like one of them like creepers, like fucking Lawrence. You remind me just like Lawrence. Lawrence is always fucking watching. A fucking creeper. That's what you are. You're a creeper. You're fucking peeping Tom of YouTube. You're a little creeper. That's what you remind me of. But yeah, this is my second account for commenting. See, I don't know if it's a real account. I don't even know if that's somebody else or what. But maybe it is him. It's a fake account, Afterlife? Is that the real one, Afterlife, or no? But yeah, I mean, that's how Lawrence is. Lawrence, even Nate. I mean, me and Nate are cool to this day, but Nate was creeping on my channel. I haven't heard from Nate one time 6 months. The minute I mentioned Nate, or no, it was something to do with me and League of Winning put up a truck driver video up, and we put like, I don't know, League of Winning was out, and he lives in Boston, and he was videotaping this guy do something with his truck that he wasn't supposed to do. And the truck driver like freaked out on him for filming him. And then we put up on the channel that it was Nate. And then all of a sudden Nate commented, haven't heard from Nate in like probably like at least 8 months. And he commented. So it just shows like you think people aren't watching your shit, but they are. And it's just like Armored. He's a creeper. See, he's right there, fucking in the comment section. I haven't seen the I haven't heard from the fucker. I thought he was in like a hole somewhere in the fetal position. I didn't know where he was. Somebody told me he died. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but there he is coming. It's like fucking Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times and he appears. But anyway, I don't know if it's real Armored or not. I mean, it could be, could not. But yeah, but like saying with Armored too, like if that is Armored, if it isn't Armored, where is Armored? I don't see him no more. I mean, I don't know where he went. Wasn't he supposed to be one of these big YouTubers, and he was gonna blow up on YouTube? And where's this gameplay, guys? Hey guys, let's ask the real question. Where's Armored's Battlefield 1 gameplay? That motherfucker talked about Battlefield 1, went over all the guns in the game, like he was all excited for it. Where's that gameplay? I don't see it. Where is any Halo gameplay? Fuck it. Where is any gameplay? I don't see nothing. I mean, I really don't. Let's call it how it is. It's not me being mean or nothing. I don't think you're a fucking gamer. I don't. I call it how it is. It is what it is. I mean, you could have as many counts as you want. I've never seen you once play a fucking game. I mean, I'm just calling it how it is. I think you're one of them people that, found YouTube, you found some friends, you pretended to be a fucking gamer just to make friends. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't hold nothing against that. Maybe you're a lonely person. But, I just don't think I don't think you're a gamer. I really don't. I mean, I'm just being honest. I think you should show some gameplay at least. I mean, and shit, get on camera. I want to see you playing the game. I don't want to see no fucking somebody else's gameplay. You just ripped off a fucking YouTube and pulled like a crap gamer. No. I want to see you in the cam playing the game. We already know what you look like. You look like a little fucking pussy, little fucking dweeb, little man syndrome, little bitch. You get over that. It's what you look like. It is what it is. I mean, maybe you're a tough guy in person. I don't know. I mean, I'm not counting all small people out. Some of them can fight. Maybe you can throw down. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think we need the proof we need is an actual, like you were asking One Stop for his analytics. I think you should get it in a live stream like I do, just like I do. Just hold your controller up while you're playing. That's all we need. And then I'll get in a video, and I'll say, hey, I was totally wrong. Armored's one of the best gamers I've ever. Well, the gameplay's got to be good too. But even though my gameplay is shit sometimes, but you know, I'll say good things about you. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. I just think it's a little fishy when we ask you for your gamer tag and you don't want to give it to us, then you finally give it to us. But then when we do get it, we don't ever see you on. Then you give us some bullshit like, oh, I play with my other buddies. Fuck you guys. No, we're not buying it, dude. It's gay. Stop with the dumb shit. But anyways, we're not going to turn this into Armored show. I did bring him up, so if he wants to sit there and cry, and if that is Armored, like I said, I don't even know if that is Armored in the comment. I'm probably just yelling at, I'm probably yelling at a fucking fake account or something. So, now does anybody have anything they wanted to ask? I'm sorry I missed all your comments, but anybody want anything that me to answer? Just put it right now and I can see it. Dave is showing his true feelings. Oh, so it is a fake account. Well, the one time he came by, it was the same account I'm seeing now, and I clicked on it and said no subscribers. So I was like, I thought he had some subs. He had like some yeah, I think he had like, what did he have, like 120 or something, or on one account, and the other one was like 70 something, 80 something. But he has so many damn accounts, I can't keep up with them all. But it don't look like the real. It don't look like the real account. I'm not sucking One Stop's cock. Actually, to be honest with you, me and One Stop haven't got to talk too much lately. He just done something really cool for me, and I didn't even, I'm sorry. I feel like I mean, I've always felt the dude was good. That's why I had his back. I have any of my friends' backs, but when it comes down to people arguing, and if somebody's trying to get me to do something that I don't agree with, I'll speak my mind. That's just how it is. But he's always been cool with me. We've got into our shit before, but I've known him a good majority of the time I've been on YouTube. And the other day, out of nowhere, just buys me a fucking video game. I mean, that's cool. I mean, just like Afterlife, you donated $9 to my channel, and I thank you a lot for that too. I mean, that's fucking cool. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not saying I like, I'm just saying that's, to me, I'm grateful for stuff like that. I think it's cool. Like that's pretty damn cool somebody did. For me to sit here on a channel and just, make videos, and I mean, I just don't even feel like sometimes I'm like, why do people even listen to me? like sometimes I wonder that, and I know you guys like the channel, a lot of you, some of you hate it, like Armored. But like this morning, I got that message from one of my subscribers, really heartfelt message, and it's actually one of the things that pushed me to do this show too, because I feel bad. He's one that likes the podcast, and I haven't done them lately. So that's another reason I did this tonight too. And it turned out great. We had a lot of viewers tonight. We still do, and I'm glad. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. I mean, I am grateful for everything that I have got and put into this channel, it's if my channel, if I ever stop doing YouTube, it would most likely be when it just got to a point where I had enough of it, or if my channel ever gets shut down, I'll probably be done with it. I'll still stick around and do live streams and stuff. Maybe I'll move to Twitch, or something like that. But I put a lot of time into, I've done a lot of videos on YouTube. I didn't say I put like blood, sweat, and tears into it, but I've definitely put a lot of time. I'll tell you one thing, and I do this to this day, guys, and I ain't lying. I know it sounds fucking crazy. Okay. And I've told some people this. When I do a video sometimes, if I don't like the video, I'll do the video fucking 20 times. So just imagine this. Me doing a video. What's up, YouTube? This is Dave, and just doing that, and maybe doing about 15 minutes of the video and having a 20-minute video doing. I just didn't like how it came out. I'll go redo it. I've done it sometimes. I think the most I've ever done it was about, I would say, close to 30 times. Imagine just doing that. Because I just want the video done how I want it. So in my eyes, that's putting a lot of time into something, you know, especially when I do these reviews, because I like to get everything in the review. And, you know, and when I really had to do it, right now I have to do it that way because I have to do the videos with my tablet. Because that was one thing I was going to ask you about Afterlife was the C920 camera. I can't use that bitch for fucking videos no more. And they gave this alternative pro. That's another thing I'm going to bitch about. Let's forget Armored for a second. All right. So this is another thing that's really bothering me lately. Updates, just updates, and you know, just basically updates with shit. So if you guys don't know, I got a C920 camera, Logitech. Got it, you know, a good while back now. It's been a decent, you know, well, you know, and all the people were bitching about my quality on my channel. I think fucking that fat fuck Thorny he was one crying. There's just a bunch of people crying. So I go out and buy this camera. It worked good for a while. The only thing I don't like about the whole quality thing, you know, with the camera is the videos take forever to upload. I mean, let's be honest. Like one thing, like I did my UFC review yesterday for UFC 205. I did that just in SD and just uploaded it. It was uploaded in like fucking like a minute. It didn't even take long. Now, when you start doing 720p and 1080p, it takes for fucking ever. You know, and especially sometimes like me, I like to sit here and talk sometimes, and like, you know, I just like to do good videos and give a lot of information. I just like to do, you know, decent length videos sometimes. I mean, I've always done that. But now I have to do videos in 15 minutes, you know, because I have to you can't do any more time on iPads than that. And that's the best quality right now. So my C920 camera, going back to that, for some reason, it is not compatible. Like they sent out, I guess Windows sent out some update and really fucked it up. So now when I get on my quick cam thing, like I used to with the program, the software they gave it, it tells me to use QuickTime, and then I hit the QuickTime, which they want me to do, and it sends me, it goes, oops, something happened, and then that's it. And I looked it up on the internet, and a lot of people are having that problem. So right now, this camera is only good for fucking live streams. I can't use it for making videos. And the alternative program I found fucking sucks. It does like 15 frames a second. It's horrible. It was like, I don't know. So just in general, like what I'm bitching about here is just updates in general. I don't understand updates. Like I don't get why they put, I mean, I understand updates. I'm not saying that, but why put an update that comes out to do something good and then it fucks up something? It completely ruins something. Then they have to make an update to fix that, but fuck something else up again. And you know, it's like with Xbox, one thing about versus PlayStation 4 and Xbox, I turn on my PlayStation the majority of the time. I don't have to deal with updates. Like I don't like with Microsoft. It's like every time you turn around, you're updating a game. You're updating the console. I mean, it's like it gets to a point where it's fucking ridiculous. Like that updates in general, like just bother me sometimes. I think they're good because they fix things, but they fuck shit up too. I mean, but it really pisses me off with this camera because now I have to do videos with my tablet. I have to do them within 15 minutes, and if I fuck up the video, I got to redo it. It's just fucking annoying. It's highly annoying. So if anybody is buying, I would get the newer camera right now. There's another one out. I don't know what the name. I don't C9 222 or something. This is the C920. Do not buy this camera. It's been out of commission for a little while, at least on my end. I will never buy it. I'll never buy it. It was great at first. It's good for my body. It lets me use it for this, but won't let me use it for making videos. So that's pissing me off too. But we just meant updates in general, you know. I've been going for a good while. I have more stuff to talk about, you know. We can, if you guys want to listen. I don't know if you want to. I mean, I think I've gone, you know, I'll take your questions now. Let's take some questions. I've been rambling long enough. Okay, Afterlife, you in Discord. What's up, Perfect Welch? Don't let me catch any of you talking shit about the better gamer. The better gamer is the only real gamer on YouTube on the Crumb side. So is the better gamer is he a fan favorite now or not? I haven't heard anything of that guy lately. You remember the turkey, Dave? Keep talking, faggot. It's all you can do. Is he talking to me? Armored. Armored. Eventually, I will be making a trip to Florida. I'll meet up with you. I have no problem. I'll film it on YouTube. Just give me a place to show. I'll put it all. I'll be right there at the time. Everything. I'll film the whole thing. I'll film. I'll make you look like shit. I'll be there. I don't live far from there when I go visit. Jacksonville from where I am is 3 hours. I'd take a trip up there just to go do something. See, I've been to Jacksonville only a few times, so I'd just go up there and do something with some friends, and I'll meet up with you. I don't care. Just name the place. I'll be there with the camera, just showing up. I'm right here, and no armored in sight. Just to do that, just to make you look stupid. On my trip to Florida, I'll be glad to do that. 5 foot. Oh, there's 8 centuries. LL Dave will get his ass kicked. Just saying. Oh, there's even a just saying now. Okay, cool. I'll be at your girlfriend's house. Fucking her tomorrow. Is this even armored? This ain't armored. I don't think it is. Any questions, guys? Anything you want to, anything that bought? And this is what it's about too. It's all about. This is all just about stuff you don't like about the gaming industry. That's what and anything else in life too. Like I don't like armored, so that's another reason I'm bitching about them too. But you could bitch about movies. You could bitch about you may not be if you're upset about Hillary becoming not becoming president, Trump becoming president. I don't care. Bitch about anything. Whatever bothers you, tell me, and we'll address it here. This is called the Dave Bitchin' Live. But yeah, let's see. Oh well, anyways, hold on. See, I got the damn dog ate. I had shit written down and he ate half of it, so I'm trying to figure out what the one thing was. Let's talk about this too. Why not? What about all the people that are on the internet all upset that Trump got in? Versus like Hillary didn't win. Have you guys seen any of those videos of the people just pretty much saying that the world is going to end? It's all over with. The Antichrist. I mean, some people think he's the Antichrist. How many people in here voted for Trump, and how many people voted for Clinton? I just want to know. Or who was for? Let's just say this. Let's not say who voted, so we don't want nobody getting attacked or anything like that. Who voted? Who is for Trump and who is against him? Like, I was the type of person. I think Trump was the better choice out of the two. I don't think either one was the greatest, but if you had to pick out of the two, I think Trump was the way to go. Oh, voted for Trump. Herbie. Hermione. Herbie. I didn't vote, but was rooting for Trump. Yeah, that's how I don't never vote. I've never voted. But I was going. That's who I was going for. I mean, to me, it's like this. Sometimes you think this person's going to get in, and then this person gets in. Say I did decide to vote. If I went down there and voted for Trump, Hillary would have got in. It would have been a complete waste of time. That's just how it is. I'm not much when it comes to politics. I'm just being honest with you. I don't like what goes along with it. I don't like how corrupt it is. That's one thing that's going to be good about Trump. Trump's going to get in there, and that's one reason they don't want him in there, because he's going to see all the bullshit going on, and he'll probably write a book about it. He'll probably later on, after he's done being president, he'll write a book about all the bullshit he sees going on in there. They don't want people like him in there because he's like a guy in the public eye. He's done reality shows. He'll probably end up writing I think he's already wrote a book. I don't know, but I know he'll write a book after he gets out of there. Definitely say some shit after he's got out of there of how corrupt this fucking country is. A lot of sock accounts in here, Dave, are all from the same person. I don't know. Some people stalk. Some people I got a lot of stalkers on this channel. Armored, he's a creeper. Gamer Nick says we're fucked. Why are we fucked? Like how would have things would have been better with Hillary? I just want to know, like, I'm being honest with you, like what would have been better with her? I mean, really got to think about it. The lady's not in good health. You know, she had a double that was showing up at places for her because of her health was so bad. Let's say Hillary got in. Let's not talk about if she does right or wrong. Let's just talk about her health issues. What if her health issues really went south and something bad happened? Then you don't have a president no more, and you have to get the vice president. But then it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you have. That's what I'm saying. She might have not even been healthy enough to go in there. Not counting her scandalous emails. You know, that she might be catching some charges for. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying Trump's a saint or anything, but out of the two, I'd rather have him running the country. I mean, if that's our choices. Hillary would have started World War III. She's a fucking warmonger. That's funny. What's up, 16-bit Gamester? No, he's in vacation. Did TVG quit YouTube? No, he's on vacation. Did you get the donation, Dave? Yeah, the one you gave me. Yeah, I got the donation that time. Yeah, I got it. I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. That time you donated. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, when anybody ever does anything for me in real life, I'm always very appreciative of anything. And just like with you donating the $9 that time, I really, you know, I said on my live streams, thank you. I can't say thank you enough. One Stop the other day just threw me a game. I'm like, I told him right off the rip, you don't have to do that. Like I told you that night, I don't want nobody doing nothing like that. But if they do it, I mean, I feel great. I mean, that's awesome. Like I look at it like this. I'm a guy on the internet right here. When it comes down to friendship on the internet, I look at that a different way too. Like, you're my friend. I always look at it like that. But I'm just saying, when it really comes down to it, I'm just a guy on the internet. You know, anybody that did something like that, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, even if it's $2, $1, somebody throws you a fucking game. Like, once I was like, holy shit, I couldn't believe he did that. I couldn't believe you sent $9 that time. I just, I don't expect people to do that. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I ever put up with PayPal or anything on this account is because I had people ask me to do it. They've asked me, and then I was like, I don't know whether to do it or not. And then when I seen everybody else doing it, I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I'm seeing fucking people like Keemstar sit there, and people are giving them donations, and I'm like, what? Like, and I'm like, I'm not gonna feel. And I seen smaller YouTubers doing it. Took me a long time to decide to do that because I didn't want to, I didn't know how it would go. So I said, fuck it. I seen everybody else doing that, but I don't want anybody to do that. That's what I still, to even this day. But people were asking, mainly on Twitch. They were asking when I was doing Twitch. On YouTube, they didn't ask. It was Twitch. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, man. I mean, you don't, like I said, nobody has to do that. I do this I do for enjoyment. This is what I do I enjoy doing this. It's just times like lately with the podcast and that, like before all that stuff happened with everything what went on with us and Armored and you and Thanos. Before that, I was getting to a point where I was kind of burnt out on. I was doing podcasts for so long. I just was getting burnt out on it. The only thing at that point I was really enjoying was streaming like I am now. This I enjoy. I like doing this because I could just sit here and ramble on and just, it is what it is. But I really enjoy the live stream and I enjoy things like this. I enjoy doing one thing that really kept me going too on YouTube is my TV show reviews. I was really happy when my Exorcist reviews started doing good. Like, those videos have reached really good views. Like, really good. Some of them were like 2,000, 1,000 views, and they're getting good feedback. And the American Horror Story, that did good too, but not The Exorcist did real good. I don't know how that now just want me to try. I've been wanting to do TV show reviews on this channel for a long time, and it just made me want to do YouTube again. And the live stream, I'd do that with or without YouTube. Like I said, I'd be on Twitch. I just enjoy that, period. Like, That's something that has never got old to me. But I did take a little bit of break with that recently too. I just think I needed, when I took a break from everything. Plus, still put out content, just not as much. But there's just some things that are going on right now in my life where it's just maybe that's affecting it. I don't know. Or I don't know. But I moved on. This is just a dying meme. It's a dying meme. That chick that twerks on YouTube gets. Well, the one thing about the chick that's on YouTube that twerks, people give her a lot of hell for some reason. But I have to be honest with you, that chick right there is actually entertaining. Like, I watched a few of her videos just like where she's just talking about stuff, and she's actually funny to listen to. And the one thing I like about her that I thought was really cool, yeah, she got a lot of subs for being, pretty, and, she's in a bikini, whatever. But what she does is she'll sit on stream and she'll like put people's, like, say like somebody like my channel right now. We're all sitting here just talking. She'll put me on her screen, and she'll have people come raid my stream, like people that don't have any subs, and she helps them out. That's cool. She gets you're like I'm at 16 views right now. It'll go from like 16 to 400 like that, and she just got that guy a bunch of subscribers, like help them out. She'll like tell everybody, right, Zoe Burger raid or something. That's cool though. Like, who do you see doing? You don't see Sniper Wolf doing shit like that. You don't see them chicks doing. Those chicks are just, living off their good looks. But at least this bitch is getting a bikini. She's twerking. She's funny. I mean, she ain't a bad YouTuber. I don't know why people are like downing her. Like, I saw some people say, "Oh, well, she's just, guys are thirsty that watch this. This ain't gaming." She admits that she can't play the game. She admits that she's just doing this for this. She's not. She's honest. And she's funny. She actually has a sense of humor. I think she's a good YouTuber. That's just my opinion. I mean, and I think people are jealous of her too, like the bigger YouTubers, because she's blowing up. And maybe Sniper Wolf needs to get her ass in a fucking bikini and start being funny. I don't know. I don't think she has. Some people don't have a sense of humor. I mean, Sniper Wolf, to me, I've watched her channel for a while. She's not like, she don't have a sense of humor to her. She tries to be funny, but she's not. If you ever watched her, the Girl Gone Gamer, Rhea, she has a sense of humor. But Sniper Wolf stole all her subscribers that time when she was doing gaming and faking her gameplays. But the other one's faking her gameplays too. She has the Mr. Sausage guy playing. But one thing Rhea fell back on, she was funny. She can make funny, videos about talking about dicks and stuff. I mean, she's another one that does stuff like that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Brimstone. Yeah, I just decided to do this live stream is inspired from just like Bear Hugger, just how he does his shit, and just like, he does all his little Bear Chill lives. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. And I got burnt out on doing podcasts, like I said, because I've done them so long. But what inspired me to do this is just like people just want to hear people bitch about stuff. So I figured I'd just bitch for a fucking hour or so about shit I don't like. And it did well. Like, we had a decent amount of viewers at one point in this, and then and it's cool, I mean, I could ramble on about shit I don't like, because that's all this fucking internet has become. People bitch day in and day out. They're unhappy about everything. There's a lot of things I'm unhappy about, so I guess I'll just come on here and bitch about it. And I'll keep it mostly gaming. I'll try to, because there's a good chance this could be my new gaming podcast, guys and girls. But it's just, I'll bitch about current shit and the negative shit I don't like. Maybe I'll make a positive show too. Like, Dave, I don't know what I'll call that, but this one's going to be the negative show. Just, talk basically what we always do here on YouTube, just how people just fucking hate companies and everything. I'll just talk about the shit I hate about it, But stream procrastination, beatdowns later on. Yeah, and that's another thing I want to talk about too that I hate in video games. people that find exploits in games and basically just cheat in multiplayer. I think, this is my last topic of conversation. I'm shutting it down. Sorry I didn't get everybody's comments. Next time I will. I'm new at doing this by myself, so I was worried about, like I said earlier, having dead air. I never done one by myself. This is the first time I've ever done it by myself. So I was just probably nervous too, rambling and ranting about shit, and I just wanted to keep it no dead air. That's basically what it was. But I can do it pretty good. So when I first started YouTube, it was different. Like, you can see my older videos when I first started to now. It's like you get real comfortable with the camera. I was a little nervous about doing this, to be honest with you, because I never done a live show by myself. Most people, what they'll do is they'll hide behind an icon and then they'll talk. I could do that all day. I could sit here with something, but I'm on camera now, so it's a little bit different. The focus is on me. It's not on Grim Pachi's in the room, and I go, hey Grim, what do you think about this? But it is different, like, taking a show on by yourself. So it's new to me, this part at least. But I've been doing podcasts so long, I figured it wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, last topic of conversation, and then I might take, if you guys want to ask any questions, that's fine. But people that basically find exploits in games and cheat, mainly in multiplayer, which is ruining gaming in general when it comes to the online multiplayer aspect. I mean, when I used to get online, it was fun. Gears of War, when I first started playing it, I know people say the shotgun shit's been in there forever. I don't remember it being like that. And I was mainly a person that played the first Gears of War a lot. But, you get on there. I don't know too much of the new one because I haven't played the new one, but I'm talking about the Ultimate Edition at least. I haven't played the only thing I've done with the multiplayer is a little bit of the new one. I play with Procrastination 1v1. We do that. But, when people are just sitting there using a shotgun over and over and over, and they're saying that's what you got to do to get skillful at fucking, Gears of War online, that's a bunch of shit. It's just people finding the exploit and they're using it. It's no fucking skill at all. You're sitting there using a fucking cheap trick over and over. It's like I discussed on my live stream of when I was gaming the other night. Me and Procrastination played Mortal Kombat. And I'm sorry, Procrastination is a great gamer, and I'll always say that. But he has a tendency to find exploits in games and use them against you, like he does with me in UFC, and then I figure him out and I stomp his ass, and then he goes to another exploit, and I take a little while to figure that out, and he gets it. He's good at games, but he's the type of person that will use something in a game over and over and over and never tell you what to do to get out of it, never even help you out. If I'm playing a game and I'm beating somebody and I know they don't know something like what I'm doing, eventually I'll tell them. I'll say, hey, I'm doing this. You do this to get out of it. I do that with UFC. Unless somebody if I'm playing UFC online, I run against a noob, don't know what he's doing, and I get him in a clinch and just keep kneeing him, and I know he don't know how to block. Unless the motherfucker have to be running his mouth for me just to finish him off like that. Usually I'll let him go and tell him what to do. I'm like that. I'm not a person that's just going to take advantage of somebody just because they don't know something, unless they're a fucking prick. That's the only way. If they're I have guys that get on there and they're running their mouth. Oh, fuck you, you redneck motherfucker. They think I'm like from born here or something. I'm like, I just laugh because I guess I did pick up a little bit of an accent here, living here now. But they'll start running their mouth, and that's the people I'll fucking just destroy. I don't give a fuck. But Procrastination is the type of person that basically will always find an exploit. Same thing when we were playing Mortal Kombat. If you go look at my Mortal Kombat stream with him, one of my last ones, I fucking wiped the floor with him in that game. But then he started using Casey Cage and found this little exploit where she kicks and does a punch, and you just can't get over it. It's something just annoying, and I'm trying to figure out. He's just beating me match after match because I'm trying to figure that out. But he'll use that to his advantage. But what fun is that if somebody's just doing that over and over, just spamming that shit? And then, like with UFC, he'll try to spam the clinch, but I'm so fast at it now where I can block it real quick too. But it's kind of hard because you're punching, and then he'll go clinch. It's just how they made the game. You'd have to play it to know what I'm talking about. But I got so good with the game where I can block that now all the time. But it's like people just finding exploits, whether it's in a shooter, a fighting game, any game, that's a multiplayer game. I mean, I don't see it's fun to get on a game and, like I said, with Gears of War and learn how to do the shotgun and just play with the shotgun. And just because I can run around and dominate To me, that's not fun. I think it's very monotonous if you get online. This was with the Ultimate Edition. I don't know how the new one is because I haven't really got into that one online. I beat the game, the campaign, but the only online I really played is against procrastination. We use all the guns. We don't use this shotguns. We do it. We try use the other guns. But I just don't like people that just say that's what ruined Call of Duty. Call of Duty still sometimes can be fun, but if people are just doing cheap shit, exploiting the game, spawn trapping, whatever. It's just, to me, it's like, learn how to just play the fucking game and let's see how good you are without using your dumb shit, And that's what I liked about Overwatch. I don't know how it is now, but I liked when what's that developer's name of Overwatch? The ones that do World of Warcraft. I don't know. They just can't come to my head right now, but I like when they banded people and put them on a fucking list. That's what they need to do with a lot of people. That'd be a great thing to do because it's ruining multiplayer. I'm sorry. Multiplayer is not fun. You're always gonna have people that cheat, but it's just like now you get on there, it's just like a cheating haven, like on a lot of these games, and it kills the multiplayer experience. And I like multiplayer, but if somebody's just gonna fucking cheat all day, what fun is it? It's like or do annoying shit. Like Rainbow Six. You ever play Rainbow Six Siege and you're getting ready to go into the match and your fucking opponent may be a random and he just shoots you? Like, I hate that shit. I mean, they have to keep it realistic because that's a realistic game, but I hate people just get on there just to do that shit over and over, and it's fucking annoying because you got to wait so long to get back into another match. And then I usually shoot that motherfucker if he's still in there, That was the one thing I didn't like about the online of that game. What was the name of that damn developer? Oh, it's driving me nuts. Oh, Blizzard. That's who it was. I just couldn't think of their name. But I'm going to take some questions. I bitched long enough. I could go on. There was something I wanted to go on with about movies, but I'm going to save that for next time. And I think I covered the PS4 Pro thing I want to talk about. Talk about developers basically, pretty much not even have any pride in their work anymore. We talked a little bit about people bitching about Trump. Yeah, I just think it's a bunch of nonsense with the whole Trump thing. People getting on here crying. The world is ending. One girl actually said, she goes, "Oh, I know my family voted for Trump." She says, "I want to say something to everybody." And she's like, "I know I have family members that, voted for Trump, but I hope all the motherfuckers that voted for Trump die." I wish right when she was making that video, she was like, kind of looked like she was standing in the street. I wish like a street sweeper just went by and fucking ran her over. I don't like people like that. I'm sorry. Give the guy a chance, even if you don't like him. And there's a lot of people that didn't like Obama. Like a lot of people didn't like Obama. I didn't really have nothing against Obama. But I'm just saying, give the guy a chance. People have to have a chance. It is what it is. Reagan, they were like that with him. Reagan turned out to be good, I mean, I think what the thing is with the Hillary thing and everybody's so mad, I think they're giving everybody a voice so much now with social media and, just in general, how people can, like how I can get on here and just bitch about everything like I've done this whole time I've been on here. Yeah, I think they're giving people too much of a voice now. I do. I really do, in my opinion. I think people are it's fine to voice your opinion, but when you go overboard with it, it's a little crazy, But yeah, hey Dave, Levon. Oh, that's not right. Make fun of Levon. Hey Dave, what do you think about the people in this community who disagree? Who disagree just to? Well, that's my biggest problem. There's people on here that just want to disagree for the fact of it. Just to annoy you or something. I mean, there's people like that out there, that just like to disagree over and over and over and over. There's some people they're set in their ways, they're more of a positive person, or you got the people that just disagree all the fucking time, no matter what, and maybe they'll agree about something every once in a while, maybe they won't, but usually they'll disagree with everything. You ever see people like this? you guys ever tell anybody a story and then you have like say you, okay, for example, say you got a new car, new Camaro, 2016 Camaro with all the bells and whistles. And then somebody's like, yeah, you know, you tell them the story and they go, yeah, my brother, he's got, or they'll say, yeah, I had a 2016 Corvette with all the bells and whistles. Like they always got to top you. I can't stand people like that. Like I had this house. Well, I had a house on a fucking, you know, on a lake when it was 3-story house. You know, it's like, or this person. I had a friend that would always say, my brother has this. His brother had everything. You know, but if you ever said something, his brother, it was always his brother, never him. But it's just, people always annoy me when they always have to top people, or do, you know, I mean, some people like. You know, some people may seem like they're disagreeing all the time and don't. There's certain people like that. It's just that's their opinion. I mean, some people use it to their advantage. Maybe they're screwing with people. I don't know. Some people think that. I don't know. So Dave, why is your girlfriend so? Oh, okay. That's fake. That's either real armored or fake armored. So Dave, why is your girlfriend so good? Well, your girlfriend, armored. Where is your girl? That's another thing we want to see. We want to see your actual family on camera too. We want to see if you're actually even telling the truth about that, or if that's not somebody else you don't know, or just use some pictures. All right. Oh God, they're all in here tonight. Why are you saying ask questions but aren't answering them? Because, well, I'm getting like overloaded with like troll questions, so I might be missing your questions, Grim. Dave, stop that. It's not him. Well, why do I try? Okay, LO, Dave gets trolled with these. They really thought Hillary was going to win, so they stayed home because they didn't had to vote. Well, that's another thing. You know, people got mad Trump got in, you know, but they didn't. You got people that got mad that Trump got in, but they didn't even vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna get mad about something and you didn't even go vote? Like, majority of them people that are all mad about it, they asked them if they vote. They said, no, I'm not voting for either one of them. Or they're for Hillary but didn't vote for her. I don't know. Do you like turtles? I mean, I used to catch a lot of snapping turtles when I used to fish. That was the only thing I would ever catch was fucking snapping turtles. So those turtles aren't really usually nice, but for the most part, I like turtles. My nephew got a turtle recently and it ended up dying. He left it outside by accident. Like he's just not good at taking care of. Like he must have just left it outside or something. Kids, you know. The turtle did make it. My friend isn't my hand like you, faggot. But what question did you have there? Does anybody have any questions? Oh, Poppy 2Gay, Dave, why do you insist on hating on the Nintendo Switch? I'm not hating on the Switch. I'm just being real. I'm not going to try to sit here and pretend it's going to be something that's not. We've done this before with Nintendo too many damn times. You know, I mean, I look at reality with stuff. I mean, to me, Nintendo is like, it's not going to be like the Great White Hope or something, you know. I know what Nintendo's doing. It looks like the same formula as we've seen before with Nintendo a few times when it comes to their home console market. I'm just being real. I mean, you got to really take into consideration, you just had a console they just fucking bombed on very badly, you know, and this is their successor. So, and it's not looking so but we're going by rumors. That's what I'm saying. But lately, the rumors been pretty good. You know, with the Pro, they were on point. You know, so and some other stuff. It seemed like when it was, you know, I mean, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just going by what it looks like, and it's not looking too good for the. It's not looking for like Dumbo. What's it called? Gumdrops and rainbows for fucking the Nintendo Switch. You streaming UFC later, Dave? Yeah, I want to really finish Mafia. I want to get Mafia out of the way because I want to trade that in. It's not, like I said, I like the game. It has its problems. but I want to get that game out of the way so I can use that money for something on Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll give you like, the other day they were giving 38 for it. Now it's down to, then it was 35. Now it's 30. I don't think it'll go any lower, but the more closer we get Black Friday, it might. But as long as I get $30 for it, I'm fine, because then I can trade it in for, you know, like maybe NBA 2K or something. But I get more, you get like a couple more dollars in Gamers Club Unlocked. But yeah, I'll be streaming later. Tonight I want to watch Gotham and Supergirl. But I'll be streaming something later. I don't know what. The only thing that sucks, and with Mafia too, I can't stream the sound. It's how the sound is. I don't know. I might be doing UFC. We'll see. You know what? I want to play Titanfall. I do want to play Titanfall. I haven't played the Xbox in a few days. I want to finish that too, but I want to get Mafia out of the way before Black Friday. I do want to beat that game. So I don't know. What's my game of the year? Well, why do you guys even ask that question? That's a no-brainer. Andrew Tucker, what's up, Andrew Tucker? How's it going, buddy? Dave, do you think the Xbox Scorpio will be better than the Pro? To be fair, yes, I do. And if we're talking like power-wise and all that, yeah, I think it's looking like it's going to be a true, more of a true 4K TV. I think it's going to be more what people expected. Let's just be fair with that. You know, the one thing about the Pro, it looks to me, you know, you're, like I said earlier when I talked about the whole thing with the Pro, you're seeing games that are running worse on the Pro. Like after, you know, like that's crazy. Like this console's double the power, and you got games running worse than the regular version? That don't make any sense. But yeah, I do think if everything's the way it's, you know, how it's been going with the Scorpio and what they've been saying, it's probably going to do, I don't know if it's going to do better. I just think it's going to be a better machine. I think you're going to get, you know, what you wanted out of the Pro with that. Like what people are, I mean, I don't think the Pro is going to be I don't think the Pro is a bad console by any means. I don't think it's all what it's cracked up to be. But I do think the Scorpio is going to be more what people are wanting out of these machines, I think. But it could be expensive, but I don't know. It looks like Microsoft's going to have to take a loss on it. Because one thing I will say, Microsoft can't come out with a console that's going to be, you know, $600, $700, $800. Then you got something that new from Sony, the fan favorite. I mean, let's just say it how it is, though. Sony is the fan favorite. And the fan favorite's got their console that's new at $400. But I mean, if the Scorpio comes out with a Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player, and it's more powerful, that might change things. You know, look. Let's all be fair now. Look how the Slim turned things around for Microsoft in the United States. Let's be real here. Like that little bit more power in that thing, and what it had turned things around. You know, people are like, "Oh, you could upscale 4K with it." Oh, you know, that changes things. You know. I remember me and One Stop were streaming UFC one night, and somebody came on the stream and said, "Why are you guys playing this?" They said the One Stop. They said, "Why are you guys playing UFC on the PS4?" He says, "I don't know." He says, "I like it on the PS4." They said, "Oh, the Xbox One S version is better looking." So that's how people think. Even though it's probably not. I mean, well, I guess it has HDR, right, and all that. So yeah, I guess it is, but it's not that much. I mean, that's the thing. It's like a little bit more power changes things. You know, it's just that, and that's what it is. It's like if you have, it seems like I said, I can't stress this enough. Power is what is in this generation. People want power, and it's crazy. As much as people want power, why don't they just go to PC if that's what they want? You know, like there it is. You know. That's where you get all the power you want, from what I hear from people and from what I've been told and what I've seen, you know, on videos and shit. Oh my God, Dave is a Sony hater and Xbox fanboy. My video will be up later. Exposure. Yeah, I'll be there. Oh, if I say good things about Sony, then I hate Microsoft. I've been called every fanboy there is when it comes to gaming. I've been called a Nintendo fanboy, a Sony fanboy, and a Microsoft fanboy. Somebody told me not too long ago that I sit on my PlayStation and down yeah, I sit and play my PlayStation and down. Yeah, sitting down. I think he said I sit on my PlayStation, my PS4, and down Sony. Or no, I sit on my. I think that's what he said. Yeah, I sit on my PlayStation 4 and down Sony and cheer up Microsoft or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I talk about the companies when they're doing good. Right now for the holiday, Microsoft did good with their lineup. You know, they I thought they had decent games for their exclusives. I thought Gears of War 4 was good. Forza Horizon's good. You know, I thought they did good this holiday. They had one. What was it? The Record. That I didn't play it yet, so I can't really say anything on it. But it don't look good. But yeah, they got Dead Rising 4 coming out, timed exclusive. I'm gonna try to get that, but I don't know if I can or not. I'm not. I just don't know if I can. I can't really spend money right now. I gotta say whatever. There's other shit I gotta get for the holiday. I can't. I got enough games this year. I wish I could get more, but that's why I want to beat Mafia, trade that. I might get 2 games on Black Friday if I can, but I'm good really, to be honest. Uh, Max setting 60 frames is so lame. I have a question now. Does anybody know if the Pro? I'm hearing so many mixed things. From what I hear, some people say I think it was some. See, some people are telling me that the Pro does improve things on a regular TV, and then some people are saying it don't. Does it or does it not? That's what I heard it does. Can you flag my teacher made me walk to school and not tell me the class was canceled? She will be flagged, Derek. But yeah, guys, I know I didn't take a lot of your questions. I did ask I'm just like I said, I was a little nervous doing this because I never done one by myself. So it went well. It did. It went really good. I actually enjoyed doing this. Dave, you remember Dave, you remember the turkey? Yeah, I remember the turkey, Derek. But yeah, I don't know. I just that was a fun, good back and forth. Me and Brandon Cole. I actually enjoyed it for the most part. You know, sometimes they all get carried away after a while. That one, other, you know, he called me a racist, and I don't know what else he did. That was where it was going a little south there, but he didn't really have much to say. He had to go with something, you know. He was running out of things to say. Running out of things to say. Great stream since you gave me plenty of material exposure. Yes. Armored, if that is you, nobody watches you. Any of the videos you did make of anybody, they were all made of. Those were all videos of ideas you took from other people that you just. This is the funny thing about Armored. He makes a video pointing out what other people did, what other people exposed people, like the whole Black Bond thing. He's pointing what other people did, not what he did, and then he just laughs in the video pointing out stuff. That's not exposing somebody. And on top of it, you have to have at least a couple hundred viewers for somebody even your video to notice, you know, even to make any. I mean, when you have a small audience, I have a small audience, but like when you have your size audience, like it's pointless. Like you won't even reach anybody. So no matter what you say, what you do, well, it really don't get out there. But to like what 30 people, 100 people if you're lucky, you know, like if. So you can make a million things all you want. It is what it is. What happened to the behind the crumb side? Oh, I just haven't done one. The second one, it was supposed to be Bear Hugger. We never did it. I just lost track of that. Kazooie says, I like this more than your other formats of podcasts. Oh, thanks, man. I think that is Armored. Let me see. I can't. Let me see. Hold on. I can't see if that is Armored or not. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys. I do appreciate it as always. It turned out good. It's all because of you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Frozen Magma, Poppy 2 Gay, Armored Centuries, Levon Kason, Kazooie 119, Derek Fisher, Afterlife Battlefront. Thank you a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. Emily 814, which is 16-bit Gamer. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. Vagina, I guess it's vagina or something. Vitinja. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Dexter. Oh, Procrastination was here. I didn't know he was in here. Stop whining. You lose a lot of subscribers. Yeah, Scrub Bucket was in here. Thank you, Scrub Bucket. Hold my belt for a little bit more. Get it clean to lose it tonight to me. Get it ready for me. Let's see. King Grimpachi, King Oeon Grimpachi. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. My name is Linda M, and I choke myself to get off. That's an original one. I'll be your Supergirl. Gizmos 2002. Andrew Tucker, thank you, buddy, for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, man. Bullet Clips, thank you, buddy. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let's see. I think I got mostly. Oh, Pumpkinhead 79. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it too. Thank both you guys too for all your support. Everybody's all your support. I really do appreciate it. Levon. Oh, there's even I noticed that earlier. Why are you guys picking at Levon? I mean, I don't know why he don't do. He just. Well, Levon does. Well, no, Levon don't really go after people. I don't think. That's all. Now, see, that's what makes me think Lawrence. That would be a Lawrence account because Lawrence would make like accounts about like Levon and stuff. I bet you that is Lawrence. Triple anal fisting has forever corrupted my mind and soul. Hey Dave, are you getting a PC soon? Possibly. Not right away, but if the generation keeps getting worse with these consoles, yeah, I could see it happen. That's it, guys. I think I got pretty much everybody. Oh, Brimstone Gaming, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it as always. I'm just trying to make sure I got everybody. Shockwave, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it as always. Dave's not good enough. I appreciate it as always. Perfect Welch, thank you, buddy. Video Game Lover 58, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. The one named Shadow, thank you, buddy. Wolflow, thank you, buddy. Gamer Nick, thank you, buddy. Yeah, I think I got everybody. It's been a blast, guys. First time doing it. Expect maybe if things go well, I might do one of these at the end of the week, maybe Friday or so. Friday or Saturday night, I might do another one. I just wanted to see how it goes. Went great. Thank you all, guys. You guys are always good to me. Much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Till next time. Later, YouTube.